Hi, everybody. Leah Ray. Welcome to have you with me tonight. And we're live on both platforms. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to launch. Now, today we're doing this live is October 25th, 2021. How to prepare yourself, the exact steps that you need to do to be able to launch by New Year's Eve and make $20,000. $20,000 by New Year's Eve. So you might think, oh, it's only end of October. No, hold up. Like, let's be real. If we're starting from scratch, which in this scenario we are, there's a lot that goes into this. If you have no audience, no program yet, no course, no digital course, no coaching program, none of that stuff in place today, you can still launch by New Year's Eve, by the end of the year, and have a massively successful launch. So I'm going to walk you through all that. Hey, Nikki. Yes, 60 days away. Awesome. Okay. And that's it. This is really a 60-day plan. So this gives you a couple days to digest what I'm going through tonight and get some help with all this, and then implement it and still hit it by New Year's Eve. Because here's the deal. New Year's Day, you want to be off the ground and running by New Year's Day. Why? Because people, New Year's Day, they are looking for ways to really renew themselves, renew their business, renew their relationships. And your program could be there to help them, to offer them an awesome solution to whatever they've got going on. So you want to be primed, you want to be ready, you want to have everything set to go so you can capitalize on the massive momentum that's potentially there for you at the beginning of the year. So this plan will get you there. So say hi as you jump on. Hey, Val, welcome. Yes, you want to start the year right, 100%. You want to capitalize on all of those New Year's resolutions so that they can actually be meaningful and they can actually do something to improve people's lives. So as you jump on, say howdy, let me know you're here. I am going to do a live giveaway. So if you want to win a one-on-one coaching session from myself to help you in your business, then simply type in the word win. And it is a contest. So whoever gives me the most comments during the live will win. Okay, so be competitive, pure value, no sales pitch, just to have a seven-figure business owner's eyes in your business to help you be able to move your business forward, overcome challenges and all of that. So if you want to enter, type in the word win like Our Lady Val and Facebook did. If you're on YouTube, you can participate as well. Just make sure to type in the word win. And if you're not yet in our Facebook group, I need to be able to communicate with you. So you got to join and send me a message on Facebook so I can give you the actual prize at the end if you win. Okay. All right, let's dive right in. Now, if at any time tonight you're like, hold up, this sounds so good, but I'm going to need a lot of help with this. And you can't just tell me what to do. I need my hand held. I need exactly the step, like walk me through it. No problem. That's kind of what we're known for. So just type in the word info in the comments. If you're on Facebook, type in the word info. I will send you a message. We will set up a time to have a conversation, see where you are and how we can help you out. If you are on YouTube, the top of the description has a link directly to my calendar to book that very same conversation. So you are welcome to do that. Now, on to the main show. All right, on to the main event. We're talking $20,000 from zero before New Year's Eve. So in 60 days-ish, okay? Now, this can be done, absolutely. We have had students who've blown this out of the water. We've had students who've joined our programs like Julie. Her very first month was over $20,000. Adrian was, I think it was $22,000. So we're going to stretch this out a little bit and assume that you're starting with nothing, right? It's going to be a boot camp. This is going to be hardcore. So don't think you can sit on your laurels and make this happen. This is going to be intense, but it is so worth it to give your business that kick in the butt that it needs to get some momentum going so you can capitalize on all the awesomeness that happens at the beginning of the year. So week number one, we're going to break these down by weeks. So I hope seriously that you have a pen and paper handy because these are the exact steps that you need to do in order to make 20 grand before New Year's Eve. I hope my signal is doing okay. I opened all the doors between me and the internet. So hopefully it's coming through all right. Best decision I ever made was hit that button and book a call with Leah. Oh, Oh, thanks, Nikki. That is awesome. Thank you very much. All right. So week 1, we're going to start with some basic research. You got to verify, is there a demand for your offer? If there's not a demand for your offer, you're going to have to find a way to reframe it in a way that there is a demand. Okay, you got to go out there and figure out what are people actually looking for online. There's a rule in this info space that if there's a large, whatever, number of people are looking for free information on your topic, a percentage of them are going to be willing to pay for it. So you got to find out, are people looking for this information? If you're familiar with any keyword research tools, if you've ever done blogging or things on YouTube before where you've looked that stuff up, use them. Google Keyword Planner, Keywords Everywhere, Neil Patel's Uber Suggests, Answer the Public. Those are all great things you can look up and actually see, what are people searching for? What are they actually looking for online? And that's going to give you a really good idea. Now, a super simplified way to do this, simply go over to YouTube and type in the beginning of whatever you cover. Like, start typing in, something that's related to what you're doing. And what you want to see is the matching come up, where it actually creates the drop down option for things that people are actively searching for. If it shows up in that drop down, that means people are looking for it. That's a really good sign. Okay. So it's very low key, low tech, but if you find that completion matching, right? That's what if you find that YouTube or Google search, wherever you're searching, if they're completion matching around your topic, that's a good sign people are actually looking for it. So yes, that is a simple way to do it. Find out, are people out there looking for what you have to offer? Now, with that, you need to look who exactly is looking for the information and what are they actually looking to get out of it? What is the result they are seeking? Because people are much more likely to pay for a result than they are to pay for a information, right? Because we have Google and we have YouTube, and why do you want to pay information to learn how to paint or how to eat a ketogenic diet? Like, they can just look that stuff up. What they want is a result. So if they want to learn, or if they want to lose, 25 pounds in the next 2 months, that's a result that they'd be willing to pay for. Heck, I'd be willing to pay for that. You can tell me, right? If you can get me that result, heck yeah, I can look up all the information until the cows come home. Still hasn't been helping me, right? I want the result. So what is that result and who exactly is looking for it? Great example, just from a great free training like this. These are hugely valuable, so do not, people have done some amazing things just from our free training. I actually had a guy, if you're on YouTube with us, we had a gentleman reach out to us from YouTube who watched one of our free YouTube videos and made over $250,000 implementing it in just a couple months. Like, we give away some good stuff. Okay, so never poo-poo that. $250,000 from a free YouTube video. That's pretty slick, right? Yeah, who is looking for the information and what is the result they're looking to pay? Yes, they're going to pay for the result, not the information. So I just did a free prize coaching. A lovely lady won this last week, and we just met today. And I asked her, what's her program about? And she gave a info answer. It's about this topic. It's about this information. Nope. Who do you help and what result do you help them achieve? That was the first time she had been asked that question. And she was able to formulate even just the beginnings of a really good marketing message, because that's the core of everything moving forward. So we're going to use this research that you're doing, and you're going to find out, okay, got it. I know who's looking for stuff. I know what they're looking for. I can see on YouTube, there's videos with tons of views on this topic. People are really interested. Awesome. Now, how do I narrow this down? Sub-niche, right? Even like, I was talking to someone today and they were talking about working with moms, which would be a niche, I guess, right? Break that down further, sub-niche. Like, are these corporate moms that work in the corporate world or have professional level jobs? Are these entrepreneur moms? Are these stay-at-home moms? Like, who are these moms? Get really specific, because the goals and the challenges of those different types of moms are very different. And you need to be able to speak to those challenges and goals in their own words. And if you're too broad, it's going to be too hard. So get it really niche down. I just switched from YouTube Live, was not able to chat on YouTube. Oh, interesting. So I'm coming here so I can participate. Well, welcome, David. I don't know why YouTube's being silly. Hopefully, okay, any ideas for a lyrics video studio? I don't even know what that is, Da Vinci. I apologize. I've never heard of that. You can explain it maybe, and I might be able to give you some ideas. All right. Now, once you have that core foundation, that marketing message figured out, who exactly you help, how exactly you help them, now we're going to move into starting your audience growth. This is key. Key, okay, is that you are actually building your audience as soon as you know who they are and how you help them. Do not start creating your program right now. As soon as you know who you're helping, slow your roll, do audience growth next. Because one of the biggest mistakes that we see across the board in this space is that people take time to put together these big programs, these big courses or coaching programs, and then they have them ready to sell. And guess what? No one's buying. Why? Because they have no audience to sell it to. So it's critical that you start building up an audience immediately. Because here's the thing. Here's a misconception. A lot of people will think, oh, well, I'll just create the program now. I can feel comfortable and safe behind my screen for the next couple months while I create this program. And then I'll just run Facebook ads to sell it. Nope, not going to work. I just did a prize coaching for someone who was experiencing this very thing. It wasn't working. Why? Because this is a brand new program. Guess what brand new programs don't have? Testimonials. They don't have testimonials. So you don't have results for previous clients that have gone through the program where they've gotten, such and such results. Well, if you don't have those testimonials, good luck selling this to a cold audience straight from Facebook ads. Not going to work. You're going to spend a ton of money. You're going to have cruddy results. Instead, when you lack those testimonials, you need to build up the know, like, and trust factor with an audience before you pitch them, before they see your offer. So this is why it's key that you do this, because if they know, like, and trust you, it's okay. They don't need to see the testimonials. They already know you're a good person. You've got value to share with them and they like you, right? So you have to start doing this. So how do you do this? Well, easy way to do it, create a Facebook group like the one we got. If you're on YouTube, after I finish up tonight, head to the description, click on the link and join the Facebook group. Why? Because we got an awesome Facebook group. Holla, if you're in the Facebook group, it's super fun. We answer questions every day. We go live with the community twice a week. Thursdays is exclusive to Facebook. Mondays, we share a little bit of the goodness with YouTube. But if you want to get on Thursdays, which this Thursday is, we're going to talk about how to attract buyers. How to attract buyers. I'm going to cover it this Thursday. But guess what? I'm only doing it in my group. So you got to join the group to get it. Okay. So build a group, create a group for leads. This is for anybody that fits your target audience, should be in this group. This is not a customer group. This is a lead generating group. So create the group and figure out how you're going to interact with it. Okay, you got some scheduled posts every day, and then maybe once or twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, you're going live. You're going live to train, to test some of your ideas and how they're received so you can make your ultimate training even better, to build know, like, and trust. Live video is the fastest way on a one-to-many scale to build the know, like, and trust factor. Live video, because you're actively interacting, like Nikki, who's killing it with amazing, crushing it with all of her comments. That's awesome. So Fred and some of those folks that want to win the prize coaching, you're gonna have to kick it up a notch. Okay, David, great. It's a competition. Whoever comments most is gonna win. So figure out what that's gonna look like for you. What's realistic that you could do in your schedule where you're gonna interact and give live training, and then start promoting your group. Let everybody know to join that fits your target audience. And let's talk about how big do you need to go? Well, In addition to the group, you're going to have to set up and create your lead magnet. What's a lead magnet? Well, a lead magnet is something of value that you're giving away that people would legitimately be willing to pay a few bucks for, but you're going to give it away for free because you're collecting their email address for it. So they're giving, they are giving you their email address. You're giving them a tip sheet, a quick start guide, like for us, we've got Facebook ads that convert. That's our newest one we just created. If you want that, just type it in the comments in the group, and I will get that to you. You'll have to join the group, YouTube folks, in order to get that. But this is, it's great because you're building an email list, which you own, and on the backside, so when after people opt in, you can invite them to your Facebook group. So you're building an email list and you're building your Facebook group at the same time. Gold, right? It's beautiful because now you have options. You're not limited on how fast and how you're actually building your group. Nikki says, I want to own your email list. It's a pretty big list. I'm not going to lie. But it probably wouldn't fit for your audience, Nikki. That's true. Okay. All right. So how do you promote your group? Yes. Okay. So David, here's the deal. Let's talk about how big you need to build it. And then we're going to talk about strategies you can use. All right. So numbers. If you're a number person, you're going to love this. So if you want to make $20,000 by New Year's Eve, $20K, and your ultimate program is pretty robust. It's maybe going to be $1,500, maybe $2,000, but for the beta launch, which you always do at a discounted price, maybe it's just $997. Okay. Now I'm making these things up for you because I don't know your specific situation, but feel free to share in YouTube and Facebook what you have going on. But I'm going to make up a number, and $1,000 makes it easy. So if you have a program that's $1,000 and you want to make $20,000, it's just 20 sales, baby. Just 20 sales. That's it. You got it. Now, how big of an audience do you need to do that? Well, let's slow your roll a little bit. Okay. Let's talk about your conversion event. So you're going to actually get in front of these people. You're going to do a beta webinar. Yes, they are incredibly effective for beta launches. And if you're all about, workshops or like challenges or whatever, that's fine. But the final day of the challenge or workshop needs to be the beta webinar, period. Okay. Now that beta webinar is what we're going to focus on for numbers. All right. Because in the end, we have to look at how many people do you need to get registered, signed up to actually attend that webinar. Now, I'm going to give you another number, 10%. Now, this number is ridiculously amazing. It is one of our students, Adrienne, which if you've seen our welcome posts in our Facebook group, she's our rock star student who's amazing. She has an awesome closing rate. So out of everyone who registers for her webinar, she gets 10% of them to purchase in the end. One of the big things is her email follow-up series and everything that she's doing to really warm people up. So if you're trying this without our help, it's going to be rough. Type in info to see how we can help you out, right? But it's a really high number, but it makes the math easy. Okay, so we're going to stick with it. So if you want 20 sales and you have a 10% conversion rate on your webinar, then you would simply have 200 people needed to register for your webinar. Just 200 people. 200 people, 10% conversion rate, 20 sales, and $1,000 is $20,000, right? That's our jackpot. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Now, yes, Nikki, 10%. Exactly. Yes, you are a rock star, Nikki. Okay. Now, the big question, if you want 200 people minimum, right? Because that 10% is high. Okay. So you want a minimum of 200 people registered for that webinar. How many people do you need in your group and in your email list to get that? Well, it's hard to say because it's a spectrum. The more warmed up your audience is, and the whole goal of this is to create a super warm audience. So the warmer it is, the fewer people in your audience before you have to fewer people needed in your audience to get 200 registered. So theoretically, you have 250 people in your audience that are madly, truly, deeply in love with you. Awesome. You, with 250 people, could get your goal of 200 registrants. Is that realistic? Probably not. If, I would estimate maybe 700 to 1,000 people for 200. Now, could you do less than that? Yes, but shoot higher, right? Give yourself more cushion, okay? So 700 to 1,000 people in your audience who are engaged, who know, like, and trust you, and that before you actually start promoting your webinar, okay? Now, how do you build your audience? How do you build your audience? Well, there's the ads approach, the no ads approach, and other networks or others, just everything else, right? So if you, like some of our folks that we work with, have access to professional organizations or big networks that fit your target audience, gold mine, fabulous. You should email them. You should get on their newsletter or whatever with your lead magnet. So now you're taking them from those networks that you can borrow from, and you're getting them onto your list. This is beautiful. Another option, sort of the no ads approach, is to find where they're hanging out online and invite them. So they might be in other groups that fit your target audience. They might be anywhere else, on Instagram, whatever, and you're connecting with them and inviting them to your group, not as a favor to you, but because you do great training and you help people and blah, blah, blah. Okay, great. It's effective, but it takes a lot of time. I'm not going to lie, and that's why it's not my favorite. Okay. But if you have no network to plug into from outside of you, if you have zero budget for ads, this works. Okay. Now, the ads approach, which is what I like, because guess what? I don't want to be stuck on social media all day long. I want to be building systems in my business. I want to be serving my clients, and I want to be being a mom with my kids. So I don't want to be stuck messaging people to do this. So a Facebook ad does that heavy lifting for you, where it gets your face, your message in front of new people every day. So you can have a Facebook ad where you're simply just offering them the lead magnet. That's it. Offer them a lead magnet. Now they're getting on your email list and they're getting in your Facebook group. We've got people getting crazy leads. Like, we've got students of ours, clients that we've helped to, like Dita, who is a relationship coach, and she's getting 84 or 88 cent leads, which is ridiculously low. Julie, who is in the fitness industry, which is pretty competitive, she's got an ad running. I don't know if it's still running, but she had an ad. It was doing 25 cents a lead when one split of it, and the other split was doing $1.20 or something, like ridiculously low cost. So if you think you can't run ads, you might be able to still, even $5, $10 a day, right? So that can do the heavy lifting of introducing yourself. So if this is all in week 1 still, we're figuring all this out, doing all of the setup, and we have until launch on New Year's Eve, how many people, how do we do that? How do we reach enough people to get 700 to 1,000 people in our audience by then? All right. Well, we would do, it kind of averages out, okay, per week, adding 300 to 500 people to your list, which would be 91 to 126 people. 91 to 126 people per week. Okay. My numbers. Yes. 13 to 18 people a day. I think I updated my notes without looking at it, but you're going to need a lot of people, right? Because you're going to have weeks 3 through 7 or 2 through 7, which is really, 5 weeks of work to reach people. So yeah, you want 91 to 126. That makes sense. Right? A lot of people. So ads are going to do the heavy lifting for you, and why I like ads, right? So that is all in week 1, figuring all of that out, setting up everything for your audience, figuring out your core marketing message. Now we graduate to week 2. Okay. Week 2 is all about continuing your audience growth and nurturing and developing that audience. That is what is that's the most critical part of your launch. People ask me if they're ready to launch, and I'll ask them about their audience. I'm not going to ask them about their course or any of that stuff. I'm going to ask them about their audience. That's going to tell me if they're ready to launch or not. So continue your audience growth and development. Whatever you choose to do to build that audience, keep on building. Weeks 2 through 7, your main goal is building and engaging with that audience. You have to, I lost the light. My lighting's still okay. All right. You have to, though, keep them engaged. Let's pretend on week 2, you generated a lead. Yay, congratulations. However, you didn't email them until week 8 when you're launching. Do you think they'd have any idea who you are? Not likely, right? Maybe if they ended up joining your group and got hooked in that way. But if they didn't hear from you in email, the emails when you start launching are going to be pointless. So you need to be emailing a few times a week. You need to be nurturing and doing live trainings, all of that stuff in the Facebook group as well. And so what should you email them? That's a huge thing I hear from people. I don't know what to email my list. I have a list. I don't know what to tell them. Okay. Well, if you're going live in your group twice a week, guess what? Guess what I emailed my group today on? I said, hey, I'm going live. Join me. And I gave them a link to join. And that's how possibly Da Vinci over on YouTube is watching us, because I emailed my list, and David, right? Because I emailed everybody, let them know ahead of time. So continue that, serving, doing your live trainings, emailing your list about the live trainings, getting them to really get to know you and see how much value you have for them that you can share. Now, bonus to this phase, okay? Because you're going to be creating the outline as well. The outline of the program, not recording it. The outline to your program. So what are the modules? What are the lessons in the modules? Just list that out. That's it. And remember, gear it towards the result. Start with the result and then work backwards to figure out the modules, figure out all the steps or the lessons in the modules. Now, you have an idea of what you're going to teach. You know what you're going to teach. You know who you're teaching, but guess what? You haven't actually taught it yet. So you can use the live trainings like this one that I'm doing for you. You could use those live trainings in your group to test out your training, to test out the ideas, the analogies you use, how you describe things. Test it and get the reaction of your audience. And that's going to help you make a better program in the end. So don't just slap up whatever you can quickly come up with and not utilize this to the fullest, right? Use it in a way that helps you make a better program. Nice. So that's all weeks 2 through 7. Now we get to the money. Okay, so now is week 8. This is launch week. This is New Year's Eve week, right? Or the week leading up to New Year's Eve. That weird week between Christmas and New Year's where nobody does anything but probably eats and then feels really fat and gets excited for a New Year's resolution, right? So this is week 8. This is launch week. So you need to have your sales webinar ready to go. So you've got your slides all ready to go. If that scares the daylights out of you, just type in the word info. We'll have a conversation, see how we can help you out, because we provide all of that, right? We provide the templates and we teach you how to make it work for your offer. But you're going to have your slides all ready to go. You're going to create the webinar and you're going to send out have the registration link ready to go. And for no more than 5 days prior to the webinar, you start promoting it. Now, before that, tease it. Don't promote, tease. ooh, there's something coming. I got something. I'm so excited. I got a training coming for you next Thursday. Like build it up and say, I'm going to have the link for you on, on Tuesday or on Monday. You better watch for the email. I'm going to post it in the group. Like build it up. So they're like, ooh, can't wait to get registered for this training she's going to do. It's going to be amazing. So build up the anticipation. And then day 4, maybe 5 is when you give them the webinar registration link so they can get their seat for the webinar, and then hit it hard. You are emailing your list at least daily, some days more than once, to get them registered for this. You are going to be going live in your group. You're going to be doing lives to promote it. You're going to be doing just regular posts to promote it. You're going to promote this puppy wherever you can, because remember, you need a minimum of 200 people registered. 200 people. So promote that puppy. All right. Get it out there. Now, before your actual webinar, you do need to have your email follow-up series ready to go. Do not launch a webinar without your email follow-up series. You are going to be wasting, you're going to leave a ton of money on the table, and you're going to just make it's going to be crazy. Okay. So you need a really good email follow-up series ready to go before you do this. Again, we help with this. Don't worry, type in the word info. But you need to have deadlines, reasons for people to purchase the night of, give them some bonuses. You're going to have different deadlines along the way, and then you're going to have a cart close so many days after the webinar. And once that cart closes, it's closed. You're not opening it, right? It's closed. So you have the cart close, and that is their deadline. That is when they need to have purchased by. And you're going to be telling them, reminding them of all of these deadlines along the way, so that now the goal isn't to close someone who doesn't want it. That's going to make your life miserable. It's not serving them. It's not a good way to build a business. Your goal is to help the people who want it to actually take out their credit card and purchase. That's the goal. Okay. So these emails are saying, hey, you want this? Right now, you're going to get this bonus if you do it right now. So you want to move to the top of the priority list, because they got kids screaming over here. They've got a supper's on the stove. They've got all of these things going on, and they just keep pushing it off. So your email series is like, hey, no, if you want this deadline, or you want this bonus that I'm offering, let's go. Time's now. Take out the credit card and purchase. And then the final one, it's like, hey, if you want this at all, this is your last shot. This is it. And then we're closing the cart, and I really don't know when I'm opening it again. So that's the process. It's beautiful. So you're going to see a wave of sales during the webinar, and then during each of those deadlines and the final cart close, you're going to see a wave of sales. And then congratulations, you just made $20,000, right? Like that's significant. That's a large amount of money for pretty much everybody. So enjoy it. Do a little happy dance. You earned it, right? This was a lot of work. Congratulations. And now all you do is deliver it live. Deliver it live. You're simply going to deliver it over, one module a week, whether you do it live on Zoom and you're interacting with people, or you just drop a module that you pre-recorded on a certain day of the week. So you sell it on a Thursday, and then it starts live on Wednesday or the next Thursday or whatever. And that's the day that you drop the videos or you go live. Add some Q&A sessions, really love on these baby launch people, help them create amazing results. Because you want to, and yeah, cha-ching, Nikki, absolutely. But because you need them to in order to take this to the next step. They need to have amazing results, because they need to give you great testimonials so that you can sell this to a colder audience. So like our student Will, who had some great testimonials for his program. So he was able to get his automated machine set up, which is I don't know. I don't have words for it, but this is the thing people really, really want, right? Whatever. There's some nice analogy word thing I think that I can't think of, but where he had his automated webinar set up, and he had a $997 offer. He had Facebook ads driving traffic into a sales webinar directly, and in that webinar, making sales. So voila, right? He had put $1 in, get $4 out. That's beautiful. Now we've got like Adrian has like an 8 times ROI. I think Julie was at 12. Like we've had some higher ROIs than that, but that is solid. 4 times ROI is beautiful. If I had an ATM where I could sit and put $1 in and get $4 out, you better believe I'd be sitting there all day long feeding it money. And that's essentially what this becomes. So yeah, this is a lot of work. Not going to lie, not an overnight thing. But for this level of potential, it darn well should be, right? This shouldn't be some, easy, simple thing, right? It takes a lot, and you're able to give back a lot. You're able to serve and to get your message out. Whatever you can do to help people, you use this process to do it. And that's what is beautiful. Okay. So ROI. Yes, absolutely, Nikki. So here's the deal. If you want the one-on-one coaching, if you want to win the prize coaching, now there's been some great interaction from the Facebook group, you as our rock stars. But what I want for you right now, show me that you're still with me. Drop like a bunch of words win. If you're on the replay, type in the word replay. Okay. Drop it a bunch of times. Let me know you stuck with me to the end and you still want the prize coaching, right? If you're, just do replay as your word. And if you're on the live, do win as your word. And I'm going to choose someone live in a second here. Now, all of this stuff, I'll tell you. So Todd and I it took us a long time to get this system down. And I can't even tell you how many thousands and thousands of dollars that we poured into this, not just from coaches, and which we spent a ridiculous amount of money on, but also in trial and error and everything else. So there's a lot that's going on here, but there's so much potential. And if you're like, this sounds amazing, I really want it, great. Just type in the word info. We will talk. We'll see if it even makes sense. Where you are now, what you're looking to do, and if we can help you with it. So type in the word info in the comments on Facebook, and we'll have a conversation and see how we can help you put all of these pieces together so that you can have your $20,000 launch, right? And as Nikki said, she said it was her best decision ever to book that call. And people say that who don't even end up, we don't even end up working together. It's not a good fit, but they still get a ton of value out of it. So just type in the word info. We'll have that conversation. If you're on YouTube, the link is directly there in the description of the video. Simply click on that link and you'll be good to go. Now, all right, Regina and David. I might do 2. All right. Put info. Yes. Okay. Let's do it. I'm going to do 2. Just because I'm feeling extra generous tonight. I'm going to do Regina because I love that name. And David, like Regina Chaley. There's a school that we're looking at for our kids, and it's called Regina Chaley. And David, because you did awesome on all of the comments. So you guys, you won. Congratulations. Send me a hi in Messenger, and I'll get you the link to book your prize coaching. Congratulations. Thursday night, I'm going to be training, and Todd might even join me. I don't know yet, but we're going to be training you how to attract buyers, build an audience of actual buyers, not tire kickers, but serious folks. All right. So you definitely want that. That's going to be exclusive only in the Facebook group. So simply, if you're on YouTube, you got to hit that button. There's a link down in the description to join our Facebook group, or you're going to miss it. You're not going to get it. It's 8:30 Eastern, same time as tonight, but only in the Facebook group. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a wrap. Have a blessed rest of your evening. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye.